as it gets older, as long you just got to choke it a little bit and give it some gas and it'll fire right up. You know what I mean?
All right, welcome to episode 52. It is December 20th. We are your hosts, Gus.
I'm Matt.
Welcome back. For those of you that are back, for those of you that are new, thanks for stopping by. Mm-hmm. So what's on the agenda today? We didn't really discuss much. This was just kind of shooting from the hip this week. It's our Christmas episode.
It is Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Hope you all have a great week before Christmas. Work very little.
Have a good time. Spend some time with family. All those things. Go clubbing last night?
No. Went to Oyster Roast this morning.
Oh, cool. How was that?
It's pre-COVID, I wasn't a huge oyster fan.
Yeah.
But post-COVID, for some reason,
do you think it's just my
palate changed? I don't know.
Is it
good?
You don't think it's the social part of it, like being able to go out?
No.
Okay.
That part never changed. It's like the actual eating of the oysters. I just really enjoy. For some reason, I just all of a sudden like them.
Cool.
I think it's like they're salty. Do you?
Don't like them.
Well, not for everybody.
That is true.
I also gave you your secret today about the crawfish boil with the salt bath.
Oh, about purging them?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good for not all seafood, but there's a lot of it that's good for it.
She her family owns a crawfish farm in Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, "Yeah, we do crawfish. We get crawfish." I'm like, "Do you ever do the salt bath?" And she didn't know what I was talking about.
Interesting.
But if you don't know, you take salt, a kiddie pool with salt, and you put crawfish in it, and then they get all the poop out.
Yeah, it's you can use kiddie pool. You can use big coolers. That's my favorite way to do it. Is a big cooler because you can open the thing at the bottom and then kind of drain it out and refill it up again, and you don't have to mess around with a shallow pool. But the pool is fun if you have kids around because they can play with them and get bit and scream, and it's a good time.
Make a huge scene.
Yep, indeed.
Gus has COVID.
Have something. Feeling like a hammered bag of
dicks.
You said it.
You've been out of town all weekend, I guess, with the family, and your whole family is sick.
I guess that's the word. I haven't tested or anything like that, and I told you because before we came here, and as I suspected, you didn't give a shit.
I don't care.
So if I have it, I do. If not, that's great. I got some kind of bug, but I'm gonna go home after this podcast, edit this podcast, and probably rack out for
sleep the
rest of the night.
We've had a long weekend anyway.
Yeah, it's funny. I was anticipating or hoping it would be kind of a relaxing weekend, and this is going to sound wrong.
You went to like a lake?
Yeah, I went to a lake house, and it was a good time. We had a lot of fun, but to say it was relaxing with half dozen little kids and in water and wanting to play outside, it is anything but relaxing most of the time.
Yeah, I would say not.
So, but it's still a good time, and if going up there and running around chasing kids and letting them have a good time, if the trade-off for that is me being a little sick for a few days, I'll make that trade any day.
The family loved it, and I'm sure you had fun watching the kids.
We started it a few years ago, and we've just sort of continued doing it, so it's become sort of a tradition. We pick some time around Thanksgiving or Christmas and go somewhere and do something. We went to a beach house last year, and then this year the plan was to go to the mountains, but apparently that's everybody else's plan because we couldn't find a place, and we started planning kind of late, so they've already started planning and looking for places in the mountains next year. I told them my only caveat was it really needs to be in November before we get crazy busy.
Yeah, it can't be December.
Yeah, it was not. It was.
Dude, we sold out, by the way. I don't know if I told you.
Those 100 that I made?
Gone. The torches. The last bit of the torches
are
gone.
Okay.
The blocks are good.
Okay,
we have
good.
plenty of blocks. We sold out of kits.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Well, that makes me feel a little bit better. I can keep pumping out a certain number a day, whatever, and just try to stay ahead of the game and maintain that pace throughout. I don't know how many staves I never counted that we offloaded when we got that shipment. We cleaned them and cut them all. Almost all gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you were right. I think you estimated it was somewhere around 400 to 500 between the two, and I think you're dead on.
Yeah.
So
400 to 500 staves?
No, blocks out of the staves. Yeah.
I think I didn't write any numbers down, but we've done.
I looked at it yesterday. Between Black Friday and yesterday, we had done just under 600 sales.
Wow.
And some of those sales were of multiples. We had a couple bulk orders, so
several.
Take it for what it's worth. We
we
were busy.
We're probably close to 3,000 now. 3,000th block.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah. That's interesting. We've been spending all this money on. We finally have a new camera set up, so we may look a little different today. The audio may sound a little different. It's not quite. It looks like it needs to come that way some.
I'm also sitting back because I'm not really super engaged right now. I'm engaged, but I'm just tired. You know.
You know, to blow your COVID on me.
Oh well, yeah, that's the other thing. I'm just trying to be responsible, bro.
Yeah. Also, I wrote this number down just for fun. Between ages 18 and 49, there's been 53,000-ish COVID deaths.
Really?
Between 18 and 49 in the last year.
Wow.
Do you know how many fentanyl overdoses in the last year in that same age group?
I don't know.
79,000. A lot. A lot more fentanyl. Fentanyl seems a little bit scary. Anyway.
What are you going to do, man?
Nothing. We got a few things. One, we got Christmas presents.
Yep.
I want to do that first.
Let's do it.
These are from Gun Monkey's Armory.
We need to get like a badass desk knife, just a big crazy knife
like
that just lives on here for opening mail and stuff.
Get like a samurai sword.
Yeah.
So this is from Gun Monkey's Armory. He said you got to promise that you won't give it away or throw it away.
Okay.
That's what he said.
I told him I really hope it's chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. Yeah. But this is too small.
I think he sent 6.5 to.
I saw that he did.
It's 6 and 7/14. But I think he actually sent that.
That's a cool sticker.
Oh boy. All right, yeah, I like the sticker. I think we got the same thing. He hates us.
Fireball.
Oh, an LGB sticker.
Is it? Oh, I have some of these.
There's the KFC by my house.
Yeah.
It says it's like charity, not KFC, Chick-fil-A. It says like charity. All proceeds from this week go to some charity for some church, but it's LG Baptist Church.
Yeah.
And somebody slid the B over to the LG, and I find it quite funny.
It is funny.
We got a challenge coin.
This is cool. I like challenge coins.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms should not be infringed. That's actually the Second Amendment, if you didn't know that.
That is indeed. Cool coin, man. Thank you.
Thank you. This will be studio. Probably sit it right here. Look at that.
Oh, there you go.
And then these go on the fridge. We got a fridge over there too.
Yep, stickers go on the fridge. Let's Go Brandon can go on the fridge or maybe on a gas pump. I have a bunch of those of the ones of Joe Biden pointing when it says I did this. You're supposed to stick it next to the expensive ass gas price.
That's funny.
Yeah, I keep meaning to bring you some, and I just keep forgetting because they're on the top of my.
Especially for me, it's $100 every time I go.
Dude, that's brutal.
It hurts.
Yeah, as much as I love how big and badass your truck is, I don't know that I could eat $100 every time.
It hurts.
Yeah.
My insurance is high. The payment's high. My interest rate's pretty good, I think.
I guess you got something going for you.
Yeah, something. So, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Appreciate that. We love getting stuff. Oh, I also got my tripod in. It's sat. So Andy ordered mats for the cats. Mm-hmm. Like, so they touch them, they get electrocuted and die.
Oh, yeah. I sat on one of those ones at your house.
Yeah, those. We got them again. So there was a box that came in that I thought was rolled up electric mats, and I just left it in a corner. It's been sitting there for like a couple of weeks, and she had the mats out like on the counter, so the cats won't get on the counter. I was like, well, then what is that? She was like, I don't know. And I opened it, and it was my tripod that I ordered from Gun Monkey.
Nice.
That I used code whiskey to save money on.
Code whiskey.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna do the last bit of the worst whiskey of 2021. This is the last one. And after that, we're going to open something fun that I brought, that I had to wait in line to get, believe it or not. So all that's left is 10 and 5.
Did you say believe it or not?
Yeah.
Matt doesn't wait in lines.
I don't wait in lines. It was a long line, but it wasn't, didn't take too, it wasn't bad. Why is it always hot in here?
I don't know, dude. I'm pretty cold.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
stay warm.
You were sick.
Yeah.
Sweet. I might be able to get the day off tomorrow because of this.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So yeah, if you're watching this at my work and I'm not there, this is why.
Sorry.
I didn't know until I got here. All right. Whoa. Which is which?
This is 10.
Okay, so I did 5.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so 10. What we're doing is we're taking the whiskeys off of a shelf that we don't like or don't drink a lot of or other people don't like or whatever. and they're all pretty much good whiskeys, you know. But it seems as though the majority of them have been off palate for typical bourbon notes. They're just weird tasting.
Yep. I'm sure there are a camp of people who love these, but just, you know, out of the stuff that we drank all year, these are the ones that stood out as just not right, at least for us.
Yeah. And these are the last two, and then we're going to, whichever one of these is the worst, we'll go into the pile, and then we're going to do an episode with all of them.
Yeah.
Again, and tell you the worst whiskey of 2021.
And these are the ones, by the way, that we agreed on, because there are some that Matt happens to like that I don't, and vice versa. These are the ones that we agreed were kind of just off.
Yeah. We just didn't like them. And they're all, you know, glass bottle, middle of the shelf. There's not really anything cheap on here.
No, not at all.
Oh.
The light.
Pew, pew, pew. Red. Look at that. All right. 5.
Sorry, 5? All right.
It's not bad. It's what sucks about doing this is, like, if the nose is good, then you know the palate's just trash. So, like, I know that when I drink this, I'm going to hate it.
You're going to hate it? Oh, we'll see. I'm curious how much I'm going to be able to taste.
I want to see what I get. Can you smell it?
Yeah, I can smell it, so I'm not concerned.
I think I lost taste and smell like
lots
a
of
couple
ethanol.
days later. Yeah, she's spicy. Not spicy ethanol. That's I have a slight bit of almost like a tea, like a cherry tea maybe.
Like black tea or
It's like black tea but with cherry, like a cherry tinge to it.
Like just a dark fruit, and yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's overall not bad. I give it a decent nose. Okay.
What the? Ugh. I will not be finishing that. It tastes like the chemicals. It has a very metallic, almost plastic.
I don't know what that is. It's
just not good.
I don't like it.
It's right up front. Like it's as soon as it touches your tongue. It's
not a lot finished it. My mouth is empty. There's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
Yeah. It tastes like the coating on an electrical wire.
You chew a lot of electrical wire?
Yeah, you know when you're splicing wires, you know, building cars and stuff.
Yeah.
You just pull it out, and sometimes you'll chew on it.
Hey, yeah,
That's
plastic.
like,
That's that. I wrote down plastic. That's where you're absolutely right.
Yeah. I was thinking more like rubbery, but...
Same.
Dude, I can't believe you're cold. You're sick. You're super sick.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to go edit this, and I'm just going to hibernate for a while.
Yeah, you should. Get better before Christmas. It took me like a good 10 days.
Yeah, that sucks. Not fun. All right, let's try this. Number 10.
Smells like cardboard.
It does smell like cardboard. Hey, cardboard and candy corn. Like stale candy corn.
I guess.
It's been sitting out for a while.
I guess candy, yeah. I do get a little of that. That's a good one. That's a good note, Gus.
Sometimes I have good ones.
Nice. I miss the buttons. We gotta use the buttons more.
Yeah, I know. I forget. We get so engrossed in conversation.
Yeah. That's literally all I'm getting now. Cardboard, and I guess I get a hint of candy corn. Holy shit.
It's got a really long, weird, funky finish, doesn't it? It blossoms on the back of your palate, kind of just like it spreads from the middle out, but not in a good way.
This isn't bad, but it drinks hot.
Yeah, it drinks really hot. And if I had to choose between the two, this would be the one. I would pick this one. Yeah.
It doesn't smell that great, and I'm interested. I don't know what this is. Yeah, I think 5 is the loser. All right, let's see what 5 is. Sorry, 5 is 6 and 20.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah. And 10 is Stella, which I didn't like at all. But I don't mind it there. It is super hot. What's the proof on this though? 114. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Not a lot on the nose there.
This was 10, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the cardboard.
Yeah. Goes back on the shelf, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think I mind the flavor of that one. Yeah, this is gone. Sorry.
You going?
This is the old money, the weed. The weeded. All right, so that leaves the Gallong. The Willet Pot Still, Basil Hayden Toast. There's a Wyoming whiskey over there, and the 6 and 20. So those 5, we're not doing that today, but those 5 before the end of the year. That may be like our end of year episode.
Close it out with the finale there.
Yeah. I really enjoy that I don't have to worry about what time it is.
Yeah. It's a nice relief.
Yeah. We've been, this whole time, the camera would only do 30 minutes or 25 or something.
Yeah, 25.
So every 25 minutes we had to stop the thing, and then like it would die and we didn't know it was dead, and it's been a huge pain. But now the thing will record for hours, and it's plugged into the wall, so we don't have to worry about battery life.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. And I think the picture quality's the same.
Looks good to me.
I have it on cinematic setting. See how we look? We look a little cinematic.
Looks cinematic.
Also, this hoodie is what is it? What do you think it is?
It appears to be Ralph Lauren or
right.
Yeah.
But he's got like a whip. It's fake. It's like a knockoff Ralph Lauren.
Could have fooled me.
It's nice. It's comfortable. I like it. It's got a bunch of holes in it from when I used to sit by campfires.
Yeah. Campfires do that.
Yeah. Did you have a plug of the week?
Ivermectin. Just kidding.
We know someone.
Monoclonal antibodies.
I have 2 things about that. Since you have it, you 100% have it. If your family has it and you don't feel good, that's what you got.
I'm pretty sure.
I have 2 things about that. The monoclonal antibodies. So they changed the definition of vaccine. So the vaccine it has its own definition now. You can go look it up. It used to be a dormant or inactive version of a virus that was then injected in your body. So they changed it, and now it's it could be any kind of thing that stimulates your immune system. So technically, if you go get monoclonal antibodies, you would technically be vaccinated.
Interesting. Per their
words.
Well, that's fancy.
And then ivermectin. I was listening to something about that the other day. 4 billion prescriptions for ivermectin. Everyone's like, "That's horse dewormer." Did you know that there's 58 million horses on this planet?
Yeah, it's a lot of horses. That doesn't match the numbers.
No. So what are they using it all for?
Can't imagine.
I had it before topical. I had poison ivy, and I got an ivermectin topical spread thing.
Yeah, it's in all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I've definitely taken it before.
So
it is hot in here. All right. Plug of the week, I think, is going to be the router.
The Bosch router?
Yeah, the Bosch router.
I don't even know the model number, but that thing has been eaten.
Yeah. The thing is, I mean, if you think about how much money it has made us versus what it costs, that is our most valuable employee.
For sure.
Yeah. That thing is
without a question.
So you should get a Bosch router. It's basically, I think what they are is, I think it's a starter. Like a Bosch starter, and then they were like, hey, we can also make this a router.
Yeah, just put some handles on the motherfucker. And
that's what I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It would make the most sense to me.
Well, it's certainly, I've certainly put it through its paces. You know, if we're creeping up on 3,000 blocks, each one of those blocks takes, if I'm lucky, 1 pass, but sometimes up to 4 passes to get a good clean route. And so you multiply, let's just say that those 3,000 blocks by an average of 2.5 or whatever. And that's how many times I've switched that bad boy on
and ring around the rosy.
Ring around the rosy.
Did you know that poem was about a disease?
Yes.
That's funny. Also, all these that we've made, or that you've made, my router did these, and that's pretty much all it's done.
You used router for those? I thought you...
Yeah, I used router.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah. Very straight.
Very straight. That was it. I had a bunch of stuff written down, but I don't know where I wrote it down at. I feel like we had so much to say because we had just had so much has gone on in the past week.
Well, let's see. Sold out of torches. We had to order more torches. We got the camera.
Yeah, we got the camera. We bought
order some equipment to help us out with at Seawee while we record outdoors.
Yep, we're going to Seawee.
It's going to be fun.
You guys should come to Seawee.
If you know of or have any suggestions for whiskey-related or outdoor-related events, conferences, shows coming up, give us a shout and let us know. It is overwhelming to search and look. There's a lot of them, and some of them are old and they don't happen anymore, but the website's still out there. So if you know of any that are current, that are active and still happening, give us a shout so we can look into getting involved with those things.
Yeah, we're going to a lot of the ones in South Carolina, I think. I can't remember the names of any of them. But like one of the ones that I found was Bourbon and Bacon and Bubbles or something that was here in Charleston.
Oh, really?
And I was like, that's exciting. And I looked at it and they had the dates were in February. And I pulled it up and I was like, it's a Wednesday. But it was last year. So I guess they quit doing it. I don't know why.
Well, that was what I was finding when I was trying to look for some of them. A lot of them have shut down since COVID and they haven't been able to redo them.
Yeah.
Might be an opportunity for us.
Yeah. But we're trying to go to all of them. And we're buying like plane tickets and stuff right now in hotels. We're pretty much booking our year out a little bit. And then in January, we're going to have a 3-day company just planning session.
Yep.
What do we want to do this year? And where do we want to go? And start getting this.
How do we get there?
Up. Yeah. But yeah, if you have an event that's near you that you like or something that you want to recommend, let us know. And we'll try and make it.
For sure.
We got that. We got the camera.
Struggling here.
Yeah, I just can't remember. I had a ton of stuff written down, and I don't know where I wrote it down at. It's not in my normal little podcast note section.
Yeah.
But we can get on to this because I want to drink some of this anyway. There was, I went to Firefly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So I went to Firefly. Oh, the Patreon stuff. So we did a Patreon giveaway just like in the... Yeah, so we have 2 people coming down in January to go hang out with us in the woods, and then that'll be fun. And then we were just sitting there, and we had some extra... Turns out we had extra gingerbread bitter milk.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And so I was just like, first 6 people to send me in the Discord, I was like, first 6 people to send me a picture gets free gingerbread.
Nice.
So we gave that away. Some other stuff. We got some other things coming out. 2022 planning. That's not the thing. I already wrote that down. Jeez, man. I thought I had a ton of stuff written down, but I don't think I do.
I think we've both been really busy, and I think we both kind of thought we had a lot to talk about, and we probably do, but my brain is just mush. Yeah.
It's been a rough weekend. It's been very busy. Man, I had one thing written down, like going to, like back in the day when you would smoke weed, and like you go to your drug dealer and he'd be like, you want to hit, while you're here, and you'd be like, oh, sweet. You just got high for free off your drug dealer's list.
Is that how that works?
You never did? I mean, I've heard stories. I don't know. But Caleb, like the liquor store, it's the same thing. Like you show up and he's like, try this.
Try this. Taste,
yeah, and you're like, oh, cool, appreciate the buzz, the free buzz. Like, you're a good dude. All right. So we're not doing this episode, but Scott, Patreon member, sent us a bunch of High West stuff. So the double rye and the cognac.
Cool.
The American Prairie and the Aquavit. Another double rye cognac. Let's see. The Oloroso rye. Yeah, he sent us all kinds of stuff. So we're going to do some of these. I think actually he sent us 2, so we both get a bottle.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. So we're going to do that too. We're going to do the High West thing. I was going to bring my High West stuff in and then do this with his.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave those there. But yeah, I went to Firefly for Jim's 75th birthday, and they were doing barrel proof their whiskey. Where's the number? Oh, it's over here. So it's 121.2 proof, and I'm really excited to drink this. Last year's was fantastic, and Jim and Scott both signed the bottle.
Oh, nice.
So thanks, Jim and Scott.
Thanks, guys.
But yeah, I'm really excited for this, and I figured we could just do it here because yum. But if you don't know Firefly, they are known for their sweet tea vodkas. Okay.
Oh, man, that makes me feel funny.
I know. Sorry. So they make like the sweet tea vodka. That's what most people know them for. Yep. But they also, would never admit it and would have told me multiple times to quit saying it, but they source whiskey from Buffalo Trace. But they're kind of hush-hush on how they do it, but I'm under the impression, Colton and I, most people local here are under the impression that it is mash bill 1 and 2 blended together, and then they age it here in Wamala. But now they age it right here in North Charleston. But it is so good. Like, we're big fans of it.
We are indeed.
Let's give this bottle a pop. Okay.
Ooh.
It's okay.
Ooh.
I'm not drinking these.
No.
There you go. I thought I broke it. Also, there's a guy. Did you see the guy in here? Sweating. There's a guy in the office over here. He's got like furniture in there, and he's like throwing paint at it. I guess like artistic paint.
Interesting.
But they're filming it, and the guy's got a pretty nice setup.
Cool.
Yeah, I was looking at it. All right. Cheers. Or here. Have some whiskey.
Cheers are here. Num num.
Also, I have a new analogy for relationships.
All right.
Andy was like, that's not funny. And I think it's funny. So I'm going to bring it up in a minute.
Okay.
It smells warm. It's very sweet. It smells like what I'm used to getting from them.
Yeah.
Sweet, so good cherry, a little bit of vanilla on the back end there. But it's like a light cherry, not really dark fruit. Yeah, good flavor there.
I've yet to be disappointed with the Firefly Bourbon, to be honest.
I have, yeah, same. Some other stuff reminds me of when we take the White Dog and age it ourselves. Sometimes it reminds me of that.
It's fair.
Yeah. But this is definitely obviously better than that. People are still buying just blocks.
Ooh, spicy. Ooh. Get a lot of oak on the back end of that one.
Yeah. Get some of that chest thump. The hug, as they say.
The hug.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
Last year's I think was better, but this is very good. It's kind of sweet. Yeah, I don't mind that. It is very warm. It definitely drinks hotter than
Yeah, a little bit.
120 proof, you know.
But, you know, it's probably a little young.
Yeah, it's not that. I mean, it's kind of dark, but it's not really dark. Yeah, I would guess it's probably 5 years old, 4 or 5.
I wouldn't put any older than 5.
No, I wouldn't either. But it's not bad. So here's my relationship.
Yeah, let's go.
If this gets out of hand,
Okay.
you just tell me to shut up. All right. I was looking at it like lawn equipment, like a marriage.
Okay.
And from this point forward, I'm going to only talk about lawn equipment. But
Okay.
you'll see what I mean. So when you buy a new lawnmower, like first time you use it, you got to mess with it. You got to change the height of the deck, and maybe you want a stripe kit. Maybe you like it with the bag. Maybe you like it recirc. Maybe you like it blowing out the side. You know, you don't know, but you got to figure it out.
Figure it out.
And then it takes you a while to realize you're like, oh, I ran out of gas. So now I can get like 2 mows.
Before
like,
yeah.
I should. So on my 3rd mow, I'll go ahead and just fill it up with gas.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So it's like that. Weed whacker, leaf blower, same thing. Kind of same
stuff.
stuff. And then if you treat it right and you keep it, you use it correctly and you keep it around and well maintained, it'll last forever. Right. But if you let your neighbor borrow it, it'll come back broken.
For sure.
So you don't want to let the neighbor borrow it. But if you neglect it, it'll rust and it just won't work right. The fuel filter will go bad, things like that. But as long as you treat it correctly and keep it around and use it regularly, it'll last you a long time, right? And then as it gets older, as long as you just got to choke it a little bit and give it some gas and it'll fire right up. You know what I mean?
The choke is super, super important with lawn equipment.
It is.
Yeah. Especially as they get older. It tends to be necessary a little bit more to get them going. You
got to throttle it, pretty hard in the beginning, and then it's an unfinished joke, but it's
It's getting there. You got something going for sure.
I think I got something there. But yeah, lawn equipment. It's just what I was thinking about today. And then I had another thought that I don't know if did I write that one down? I think I did. No, I didn't. Yeah, but I think I got something there with the lawn equipment. I just got to figure it out. I got to keep telling it, you know.
Yeah.
And you just work it out.
Eventually, it'll start to little pieces to add to it will sort of come naturally.
Yeah,
they'll work themselves out. Yeah,
like 'cause the only real punch in there is the choke and yeah.
There's some others, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure I can find it. I mean, I could think about this, but not really the things that I want to say here.
That's fair.
Yeah, but Liquid Death. Cheers to Liquid Death.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. What else we got?
We have deer season coming to an end, and I hunted so much.
Yeah.
No, I didn't not at all. Hardly.
Did you went once?
Twice. Well, I went twice by myself and twice with my youngest son, Nolan.
Yeah.
All the kids are out on Christmas break, so I imagine I'll be trying to get out there a few times with each of them between now and the first.
Yeah. I think I went 4 times.
Yeah.
I've just been so busy. You know, it's crazy. August 15th to December 31st, and I couldn't get out there.
It's you know, I don't think I've ever been as busy as we've been the last 3, and like in my life.
Yeah.
In terms of, you know, up early to work on stuff, regular job needs attention, and I have, there's expectations there, and then rolling right into more whiskey and whitetail stuff in the evening. I wouldn't put, if this isn't, the C19er, so to speak, COVID-19.
Yeah.
If that's not what this is, I firmly believe that it is the result of just being exhausted, not taking care of myself. Because I have eaten like shit, I've slept like shit, I have done all the things you shouldn't be doing at our age.
I quit eating, remember?
Well, there's that. That's always a solution.
Like, it's because I didn't have time to eat correctly, so I just stopped doing it.
Well, that's one way to do it, I guess.
I mean, it worked. And then, yeah. Dude, it's been unbelievably, it's crazy. My shower's been broken for 5 days.
Yeah?
5. I just haven't had time to go to Lowe's.
It's fun, man. Adulting is fun.
I had time today. Well, like, we've slowed down a lot now. Well, I mean, we're sold out, so we're at a standstill. But
yep.
It's I have a lot to catch up on, and then I'm driving to get staves Wednesday, I think.
That's right.
Yeah, I can't go tomorrow because I got to go to the bank.
Yeah,
and pull cash out.
Like time through an hourglass. These are the days of our lives.
My mom used to make me watch that when I was a kid.
Ding, 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 ding. It
really
was nap time. When I heard that come on, I knew it was nap time.
Yeah,
shit,
for sure. There was I remember one episode. Out of all the times that I've seen it, I remember one episode that like stuck with me forever. So because I can't remember how it worked, but he had like this closing box that closed automatically, and he had a gun in it, and he sat there, and like as the box closed, it pulled the trigger, and then the gun fell on the floor, and he was like staging his own murder.
Interesting.
And I remember that.
There was a series of episodes I remember watching as I got a little bit older, and it wasn't necessarily nap time, but it was like time to chill the hell out so mom could watch a show, It was either Days of Our Lives or Young and the Restless, but one of the main characters was like possessed by the devil. Weird. And it was this long, drawn out thing. It like took place during Christmas, and it was wild. And this was 1998, something like that, 99. It was pretty wild, man. Like,
when did y'all move to England?
2015, I think, or 14.
So you went to Utah? No.
Yeah.
2015?
No, sorry.
I was like
1994, 95.
Okay,
sorry,
that's what I thought.
I'm way off. Because we were there for a few years, and then we got to North Carolina in 98, 99-ish.
So you went to Utah before. So you left Whiteman and went to Utah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because I remember I was in Whiteman when she was watching Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
It's funny the things that you don't remember and you do remember. Like, I can't remember what that house looked like, but I can remember what that living room looked like.
Yeah.
I can remember like my dad putting his boots on to go to work at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I remember all kinds of weird shit.
Yeah.
All kinds of weird stuff. But then can't tell you like big main central theme type stuff like
if we went to Disneyland or something. Don't remember it. I don't think we ever did though. I'm pretty sure we never went to Disneyland. Do you remember that water park that had the toilet, the toilet slide?
No.
It was like a big bowl, and you'd go in and you just slide down it, and then you'd shoot through the middle.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It was somewhere in Missouri.
Do you remember in Knobnoster there was this old sign that had a scarecrow above it? It was creepy as hell, and I was terrified of it. And my dad thought that the way to show me that it was fine was to put me on his shoulders and walk me over to it and pick me up. I just remember screaming bloody murder and like clawing my way down and over his shoulders and off, and took off back to the truck.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, that was weird.
Unless it was by that general store. Where the
I
train
remember the
tracks.
general, yeah. I do remember the
I
general
stole candy
store.
from there one
Did
time.
you?
The guy saw me do
Just
it. I got in trouble.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
I was literally a kid in a candy store.
I stole gum from the exchange when I was like
I never stole
5
from
or 6.
I knew better than that.
Yeah,
I thought I was gonna go to military.
got stopped by loss prevention at the front. Got a talking to. Of course, I was a little kid, so he took the gum back, and I got fussed out by mom. But the worst was that my dad was working nights at the time, so we get home and she woke him up.
Oh no.
Oh, that's the worst. If you did something enough to wake him up from sleeping before he went into work to work nights, bro.
You were gonna get it.
Mm-hmm. I remember there was a time where we had an older neighbor, and he was taking, like an older dickhead kid would do, taking an aluminum baseball bat and hitting golf balls at us. Now, if you know anything about the physics of an aluminum bat and golf balls,
yeah. Sounds scary.
dude, you can crank those things probably 0 to well over 100 miles an hour off the bat, and nailed me right in the head, right in the forehead. Guy had this huge, like, goose egg. My dad woke up, tore out of that house, and fucking, like, sweats in a t-shirt, no shoes, and went next door, and that kid never played with me again.
I bet not. I bet not. There was it's funny. There was I was just listening to a book it was a podcast about a murder, of a mysterious murder. No, like they still have never solved it.
Oh, really?
But that night there were people. They said that like they had the live whatever the witness reports, and they were saying that they were hitting golf balls at them like super fast, like fast enough that they would seriously hurt.
Yeah.
And they stayed hunkered down inside this little shed.
What?
And during that time, this woman was murdered. Nobody knows how.
Interesting.
Like she was stabbed by one time with a knife right in the heart, but they never found out why.
Fascinating.
But it was weird that they were hitting all these golf balls at it.
Yeah,
just
it's a
to keep
dick thing
them
to
in
do.
it. Yeah, I wonder hurt. That would suck to get hit by a golf ball that fast. Like, I got hit by a baseball that fast.
Yeah, I've been hit by baseballs. Been hit by hockey pucks.
You've ever seen that picture?
Of what?
When I caught the baseball with the face?
No. Nice.
It was so big, because it knocked me down. It didn't knock me out, but it knocked me down. I'm sure it gave me a TBI. But when I reached up and touched it, I thought the baseball was stuck in my head. That's how big. I swear to God, it was. There's a picture of it.
Yeah,
it was like
big old melon
sticking out.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
And then they were all nervous because they were like, if it had swollen that far out, they were worried about swelling in, and it could have.
Push on the brain and stuff. Yeah. And
then I would have been like.
But then they were like, it's the 90s.
We were
just
to
walk
cook
it
out.
off.
Yeah, we were to cook out.
We're not stopping cooking.
We did not leave. We were at Yorktown. We were in Yorktown, Virginia, out on the beach.
Look, sit down, put some ice on it. And
that's exactly what it was. Go get a sandwich, shut up, chill out. Don't go to sleep for 12 hours or whatever.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
We grew up in a time.
Yeah, a lot different than, these days. Kids this weekend were running around, the water's edge and everything, and it's 2 feet. It's not that deep. All those kids are taller than that, but we all made them wear life jackets the whole time.
Did you?
Yep. The whole time they were by the water. Just because, like,
scared.
I mean, when you have little kids, like, it's, we established that boundary as soon as we got there, so that none of them would go down to the water without the life jacket. Like they just assumed that was so, because there was a few times where you have a big house and people are doing stuff all over the place where kids squeaks by and you look out the window and there's 5 or 6 year old down by the water.
Yeah,
but he's got his life jacket on, so you're like, it'll be all right. And make your way out there and do whatever. Usually they wanted to fish, so
just hurt them back inside.
Yep, it was a good time.
Were you catching perch?
Bass, catfish. They went out on the boat. I didn't go to try and catch stripers. Didn't catch anything. They were gone for like 7 hours. Didn't catch a thing.
Ugh. What kind of boat? Like a paddle?
Like a little, I don't know. I don't even know, like 17 or 18 foot.
Oh, like a real boat?
Yeah.
Like a center console? Or,
kind of.
Or a boat?
Not a full-blown center console, but yeah. They had fun.
Yeah.
I didn't go out. I was like, I'm not. There's 5. I would have made 5 dudes on that little boat all day. Hard pass.
I don't know. It's hard to be on a boat all day anymore. Anyway.
Yeah, it's not all cracked up. Now, if you're crushing fish, then
That's a different story.
time passes super fast. But when you're out there 3 or 4 hours and you haven't caught a thing, you're just hopping from spot to spot, like you and I have done plenty of times. Not catching anything, it's like, well, maybe I can catch a buzz.
Yeah, let's pop a beer. There's been times that we've had. Nah.
I'll say it. There's been times we've struck out so bad, we just sat and drank beer.
I was gonna say that we had to anchor up. We're like, we can't even go anywhere now.
Oh yeah, we'll just hang out and fish here for a little while.
Yeah. We're like, all right, we'll just stay here and fish till we sober up.
Yeah, we'll throw the cast net, practice that for an hour, and sober up, and we'll head back.
Take some pictures.
Yeah,
and
we'll be good.
Yeah, somebody asked me the other day if I regret selling it, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, I didn't think you did.
I think Andy does, but
when you went out with your neighbor, did that like reinvigorate like your? I'm glad I didn't do this.
If you're trying to get a divorce, buy a boat, because it's just like tension. You know, it
is a lot of work.
Well, it's like as soon as you pull up, you know, will you grab the line? You know, I mean, you can't just ask nicely. You have to yell. And then it's like, would you put the bumpers up? Like as soon as you come off the pier and you're dragging bumper, like the fenders, like, will you put those up, please? Yeah, it's like I feel like I shouldn't have to ask. You should know. You know, and it's just one of those things. But if practice. God forbid the water's moving and you come up to the dock and hit the dock, it's her fault.
That is the one thing after going out with you on your boat and launching.
You see how angry I get?
And launching where we had to launch and the what's the word?
Switch tide.
The tide, that in the current, trying to anchor a boat straight while water's pushing you like crazy to the side. No thanks.
It's tough.
I grew up with my dad bass fishing, and it was hard enough when you have a windy day and that light ass bass boat is blowing on over the place. But man, having a current move you,
well, the water's moving and the wind's moving,
not cool.
Yeah, it's super frustrating. It's like going out with him. Just as soon as we put it in the water, the current was just ripping, and there was people in line, and I was waiting for him to go park, and then people were like staring at me, like, "We get out of the way," and it's just it's just stressful. Everybody's looking at you, and even though I'm fine, like I know how to drive a boat, but it's like you push off, and then the current just pushes you right back in, and you're like,
So you end up watching, and
you feel really stupid. You start sweating.
What you realize though, if you sit back when you're waiting your turn to come in for the day and you watch other people, you realize that every single person is the same fucking boat.
We went to the Island Cabana Bar downtown, like the Island, the beer.
Yeah.
We went there and they have it's on a slip. They have like a slip with the forklift thing where they put boats in and out of the water.
Nice.
So they rent boats. So this guy rented a Sportsman.
Okay.
First of all, he was coming to pick up his kid. So I'm guessing he left his kid. I'm not talking kid. I'm talking little child.
Yeah.
Came walking down the dock by him or herself and was getting on the boat and they were leaving.
Yeah.
But he came in and there's a probably 28-foot Robalo, really nice, like dual engine, just really nice boat. He comes in and just boom, 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 and then like tried to push off, and then the back end of the boat swung around, hit it again, and then he slammed into the dock, and then the kid got in, and he's like yelling at his wife, and then he just pulled out and left.
What are you gonna do?
Just he didn't tell anybody. He's like, yeah, whatever. But that Robalo was tore up. They were out there taking pictures of it. I mean, gashes.
Bad, huh?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Like 6 of them down the side of the boat, just gashes taken out of this boat.
Yeah, I'm good.
No.
I think I'd be all about a nice little aluminum boat for the river and do some duck hunting out of and go fish some bass and perch and beat the hell out of it. You know what I mean? Just aluminum green.
Yeah.
With a little 35 on the back. Just something to have fun in.
Yeah. We were talking about a flats boat.
Yeah.
Possibly. But how stupid would I look towing a flats boat with that truck?
Just put it in the bed.
You spent all the money on the truck, huh? Can't afford a nice boat. It's like,
yeah, well,
Yeah.
Inflation.
I wouldn't, but I think the flats boat would be fun. Go out there and push poles, huh?
Yeah.
Get you a carbon fiber push pole.
That'd be fancy.
Yeah.
That push pole's probably more expensive than the boat.
Yeah. But the other thing too is I just don't have time. I just don't. When am I going to go?
Well, until we get to a point with the company where we can afford to scale in a way that includes paying some other people to take some things off of our hands, those things just have to kind of go to the wayside.
You know what's funny is we thought it would take a lot longer than it did.
Show did.
And we were like, there will come a day where it sucks. We're so busy. I mean, we're here on a Sunday. I have friends in town.
Yeah.
I have people in town that I left at a bar to come do this podcast.
Sorry, man.
Like, no, it's we made a commitment to do this.
So I told Jessica was like, because we switched off on the drive home. About the last hour and a half, I slept.
Did you?
In the car. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Nah." She's like, "You're gonna go anyways?" I'm like, "Mm-hmm."
Yeah.
Like, we have a thing. Like,
Don't have a choice.
We've only ever missed one episode, and it was only missed publicly. We still posted to Patreon. Like,
Yeah, we still had an episode.
Yeah, we still have a thing to keep up, and I'm not gonna be.
Well, the problem is you let it go once. Like we were like, it's Christmas, dude. Let's just cut it.
If you let it go once, it just becomes easier to do it over and over again.
next week. Do it again next week. No.
And consistency is where it's at with this kind of stuff. If you read the statistics on podcasts, you can see all the time where a lot of podcasts don't make it past 10 episodes. If you make it past 10 episodes, your likelihood of continuing increases exponentially. So, yeah. It's fun.
I mean, that too. And the other thing I noticed, because I look at episode counts, because I think a lot of people do. Mm-hmm. You look at it and be like, well, if they only have 20 episodes.
I get it.
So, but one thing I noticed is a lot of these podcasts will do, like they have 130 episodes, but you scroll through it and it's several of them are 5 minutes long, like 5, just to get their numbers up.
Yeah.
We're like, we don't do that. We're just, we put out like a proper length podcast every time.
Because that's how we roll.
Yeah.
I take, and I think you do too, I take pride in putting out good media content.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to half-ass it. I don't want to rush through it if we can avoid it. So, that means coming in here and doing a podcast when I feel like hammered doggy doo-doo. So be it. I can sleep later.
Yeah. You can sleep when you're dead. Who said that? Somebody famous.
I don't know. Somebody famous. Somebody dead.
Yeah, he's definitely dead.
46 minutes.
We'll keep it rolling.
Yeah.
We already did we cut it off the last episode. So we have to kind of, the chick with the puppy. I'm not reading that. Josh is going to be mad that we didn't drink this Fireball.
I mean, I love Josh and the guys at Gun Monkey Army, but I'm also a super honest dude, and I do not like Fireball. I love you, bro, and I appreciate everything. I appreciate the gesture, but these are probably just going to hang out here as
we won't throw them away.
As a token of our appreciation for what you do for hanging out with us and helping us out, and also sponsoring our shooters.
I'll drink mine. I'll do it for you.
Dude, I can barely drink this right now.
I know.
You mentioned earlier about me. I am hotter than hell right now.
Are you?
It's going back and forth.
You heat it up?
Mm-hmm.
It gets warm in this.
Well, these lights and all the equipment we got running doesn't help.
The fridge, I think, probably.
That probably does.
And there's nothing in there.
I know. We need to fill that shit up. It's not like we don't have money to spend.
I know.
Putting some water and some other shit in there.
Yeah, we should. Those are write-offs. Yeah.
It's a write-off.
Yeah, everything's a write-off. Oh, and...
Who writes it off? I don't know. The write-off people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a write-off. I really want to watch that show again now. That's such a good show. I just started watching Arrested Development.
Oh, yeah, it's good, isn't it? Oh, making my stomach hurt. Darn. Oh, you waited.
I almost got in trouble right there.
You waited. For those that don't know, if Matt doesn't slam it back immediately, the likelihood that it comes back up,
it's high.
It's pretty high. Oof. It's the same with me. There's been there's that one episode you cut and zoomed in to me, and I'm making a face because I had forgot. Like we were turning through different whiskeys, and I had like this much in, and I think it was a Knob Creek that Rocco sent us. It was like a high proof. It was like 130 something, and I was just like. And then it was like my throat was on fire, my nose is on fire, and I'm trying not to look like a
Don't
bitch.
Let him see it.
I even wrote a note on my pad that day to make sure, like if possible, to cut it out. And I was like, yeah, whatever, forget it.
No, I'm gonna cut it out.
Fuck it.
Dude, everybody has that. Everybody has that time.
It is what it is.
It's just too much. That thing. It's I gotta hate Fireball, but. It's okay. They have you seen the Fireball keg?
We'll find out if it was a joke. It might have been a joke. He might know we don't like it.
Oh, he knows.
Okay. All right.
Let's see if he even...
Game on.
Yeah. Oh, you're fucked, buddy.
Oh, we have some fun stuff to send you.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
As a write-off.
Yep, it's a write-off.
What is this? It's a write-off, Scott. Just go with it.
What is that for? I'm like, don't use that.
It's another part of our business.
Yeah. We're I have a lot of ideas now.
Oh, man.
We're going to brainstorm on that and really fire back heavy. But we do appreciate the gifts.
Absolutely. Yeah. The challenge coins are cool, and the stickers are awesome.
Yes. I do love that magazine sticker.
Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick! Why Why did you turn yourself into a bagel? That's a really good show.
It is a good show. And it's, things like that and Family Guy, South Park, things that I think will just kind of stand the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to the day that my Gavin is
a
little bit older,
yeah.
so I can watch it with him and not have to explain some jokes.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, he may be able to explain something to me at this point.
Probably.
You know what I mean? But it's there's a line I have to toe there as a parent to be a little bit respectful. But yeah, episodes are funny.
Is it weird when you watch stuff and then like something odd? Is it weird?
No, I usually make a joke to make it weird. Try and make it weird.
Make it not weird. Oh, yeah. To make it weird.
Try to either try and make it weird or just break the ice a little bit. You know,
perfect.
Yeah, whatever.
That's probably what I would do.
See if I can make him blush
a little
bit. Yeah, it's funny. Like there was we were watching the other day. My wife's watching Outlander. I don't know if you ever watched that show. If anyone's listening to this and you have a wife, there's a good chance they watch it. It's about the Highland culture in Scotland and this chick that time travels back. Whatever.
Like the Highlander?
Kind of, but it's not Highlander. But there is a scene where one of the main characters is in prison, and the chick is trying to get his freedom and agrees to sleep with the prince. Mm-hmm. And he makes a comment about paying your debt by laying with me. And I looked over at Matt and said, or at Gavin, and was like, that means have sex. He was like, I know, Dad. I was like, all right. That's one of those like HBO shows, I think. So like, it's not like they just trail off and
no,
assume.
it's just like
they show it in like facial expressions and things, and it's like a little awkward. And Jessica's watching it, and she's like, I don't know what to do when that happens. That's my son. And I was like,
what can you do?
What can you do? I mean, he's watched all the Game of Thrones by himself. So
well, plus he's at that age. He's not.
Anyways. Yeah, try not to make it too awkward, but try to have a little fun with it.
Yeah,
I don't want to be we try really hard not to be those kind of parents that the kids feel like they can't come talk to us about stuff or make jokes about stuff.
Smart.
We try not to be super strict about things because we don't want to create sneaky kids.
Yeah.
We want our kids to feel like they can come talk to me about anything, understanding that there's some things they'll just choose not to because it's awkward and they're teenagers, but something that's bad enough. Yeah. It's our hope that they'll just come talk to us.
Because you definitely don't want a 16, 17-year-old me in your house.
No?
No. No.
And he's getting ready. He asked the other day about if the DMV was open over Christmas break, and I was like, sure is. So we may be getting his permit here soon, which is going to be a lot of fun.
He is 15.
He's 15, yep.
Damn.
So.
That's crazy.
It is wild. You have to keep it for a year, I think. So if he times it right, like, he could be looking at getting his own vehicle around Christmas time next year. Fuck me.
I wonder if he will Uber for me.
He's going to Uber for me.
Yeah, I'm sure he will for you.
Yeah. Hey, come on, we got to go somewhere. You got to drive. Yeah. Why? You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Mom, Dad's drunk again.
I am not.
Just drive.
Yeah, just drive. I'm trying to give you experience on how to handle the road with a distracting driver.
I want to find him a little 4-speed, like I learned on, and make him
4-speed.
Mm-hmm, a little 4-speed with a clutch, and a little manual transmission, and make him figure it out. Because the one that I bought was the one that I had was a 1989 Honda Civic hatchback.
Those were ugly as sin.
So ugly, but I thought it was I thought I was hot shit, right?
Yeah.
First car, whatever, and. For the first week and a half, the starter was bad and we couldn't figure out what it was. So once we got it running with the fucking screwdriver, I couldn't let it die.
Yeah.
So I learned real fast how to not let that motherfucker stall.
Yeah, there's plenty of cars I've owned that I had to park on hills.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Pop in the clutch, and I've done. It turns out that when you push the clutch in, there's a little rubber gasket that pushes the button. That rubber had dry rotted off, so when you push the clutch in, it wasn't engaging that button. So all I did was screw on a couple of washers to bring it, a couple of nuts to bring it out.
You could just cut the wires and tie them together, and then it's just always ready. That's how you get remote start on a 5-speed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you take that clutch safety switch, you just cut the wires and twist them together.
Gotcha.
And that way it's always, because all it is a cutout.
Yeah. Interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah, easy fix.
Now I know.
That was one of the things when we used to buy Volkswagens, the heater core would go bad, and if you start it, the heater core's in the, it's a coolant hose that goes into the firewall, and then the heater core is inside the dash, and then the air blows over coolant.
Right.
Is basically what it is. the heater cores would go bad and leak. So if you started the car, there'd just be hot ass coolant coming out of the dash. So people couldn't drive it, and they would put them up for sale for like, it's worth nothing. I can't drive it. The floor's soaking wet. It's like, $400.
Easy fix if you know what it is.
Dude, I show up with a coupler. I take the hose off the firewall, couple it together. You don't have heat anymore, but it keeps the coolant inside. I drive it, and like, you know how many times I've done that, and people were furious.
Yeah.
Like that was all I had to do. Yeah.
Adios.
Yeah. See it. Thanks. Appreciate the car. But then you go home and put a heater core in. It takes forever. It's like a $30 part, but it'll take you all day.
So Volkswagens are expensive to fix.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to replace that one I bought my mom, that Tiguan, which you are correct, looks like a pregnant roller skate. Had to replace the water pump.
Oh no.
$1,100.
Yeah, because it's the timing belt.
And then the turbo. I have an error code for the turbo. I've told you about that one. That one is going to be $1,600 to fix. I asked him, James. I said, "Is this like? Do I have to fix this right now?" He's like, "No, it'll be underpowered a little bit, but it's not going to." Yeah. Most people don't notice it, so you just don't fix it or come back in some other time. I was like, this is just a lot right now, right before the holidays. He's like, I understand, man. So yeah. He's a cool guy.
The water pump thing, you're lucky it didn't go.
Go?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The timing chain's connected to it, timing belt.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So actually, you know what? I think it's not on the new ones. I think the chain is separate.
I wouldn't know.
On the old one, like on the 180s, the ones that I had like in the mid 2000s, they had the timing belt ran the crankshaft, the cam, and the water pump. So if the water pump went out,
it's a big single point of failure.
Everything's fucked. Yeah, you're replacing an entire motor.
Oof. Yeah, that's no fun.
But James is a cool dude. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's super cool. Got a nice little shop and a good business going on. So I like to support local shops if I can. Like I bring most of my vehicles there just because I hate. If I can avoid it, I hate going to a main dealership. I've done it with our van because it's still fairly new, but that's getting ready to change because it's as expensive, if not more. Or less to go somewhere else now. Yeah, now that the warranty's mostly out and all my little free coupons for shit are empty, all gone. They try to convince me I need $180 worth of stuff every time I go in there. And I'm like, for what?
That's how it works.
Well, we need to flush your brake lines and replace your air filter, and I'm like, I can do all that in an hour and an afternoon for almost free.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Hard pass, but thanks.
Yeah, we should do like a car maintenance day where we just get hammered and. Change brake fluid. I gotta get brakes on the wife's car soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one thing about the dealership here for my truck.
Yeah.
The first time I went there, I was talking to him, and he was like, I can't remember what he said, but I was like, I know, and I was explaining like why I know what he's talking about, and he was like, oh, he's like you work in cars? I was like, no, I used to be a mechanic. I was a mechanic for a long time.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm gonna put that in the notes, just so we know. I was like, smart.
Yeah, you're smart.
That's a good idea. Because if I come in here and you give me some shit, it's going to go real bad.
Right, yeah. I'll put that in the notes so I don't make an ass of myself when I tell you that there is a unicorn that's punched a hole in the exhaust manifold and you're leaking pixie dust out of the radiator.
Your harmonic balancer has a nick on it, and so it's given a slight wobble. You're going to just crank walk, and we think that you need new main bearings and caps. And we're like, listen, bro, I'm going to stab you.
Yeah. So, let's stop right there.
Yeah, they don't mess with me. They don't say anything about brake fluid or brake. Like, they just don't mess with me.
Yeah. I got to get the brakes done and the rotors done on my wife's van. That trip to Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
We actually I took a trip to the mountains a year and a half ago and it started, and then that trip did not help.
That's what's crazy about living here. Everything's so flat. Like, you go into a little bit of mountains and you're like, oh, these are bad.
Yeah, really bad. Like, holy shit. Like, there was a couple times where Jessica was driving and she hit the brakes and I was like, oh my God, we're going to die.
I've been in a rental car before that the brakes were so bad. It would shake and the blind spot monitoring lights would come off. Yeah. Because it was shaking so hard that I don't know what it was, just seeing something.
That's wild.
But you'd be pulling up like at an on-ramp and just slowing down, and it just like both of them yellow, just light up.
That sucks.
Yeah, cars are fun. I'm glad that I don't work on them anymore. Not there's anything, I don't mean it in any way.
It's old.
Yeah, I was just
I enjoyed working on the cars when I was younger, and I had them, and it was like learning cool stuff and saving money. And now I'm like, I don't want to sit outside in the heat and do this.
No, I rarely. Yeah, most stuff I will just take to the dealer now, or somewhere. I don't know. I mean,
I'm the same way.
Like oil changes.
Yeah,
there used to be a time where you were stupid if you didn't do your own oil change.
Right.
But today, you're stupid if you don't take it to a dealer because it's cheaper.
It's way cheaper.
Yeah.
Like I take my truck to Take 5.
Yeah.
And they do an oil change. They give me 2 mileages. One is when the actual oil fill, when I need to do it again. And the other one is about halfway through that. I can come in and they just top stuff off, check fluids, and just kind of do a once over. And it's free. It doesn't cost anything. You just pull in.
Yeah. I can't go to those places only because I had a friend that did it and went and they forgot to put his drain plug back in.
Yeah.
And so he got halfway home. Shit. That happened to you too?
No, it happened to Dawn. Did
it?
Yeah, when she had, do you remember that little Jetta she had?
Yeah.
They took it to a dealership.
I wonder if this is the friend, because now I'm like, who was that?
Well, they took it to like Jiffy Lube or whatever, and they cranked too hard on it, and it just leaked really bad, and they couldn't and so it actually stripped the threads on the oil pan.
Yeah.
And so my dad had to raise hell to get them to, replace the oil pan, which wasn't cheap, and they didn't. Of course, they want to pay for it all out of pocket, so he had to meet him somewhere in the middle. But it was a nightmare, and he didn't bring a vehicle to that place for a long, long time.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? I saw a video the other day of a guy who got something done. It looked like Walmart's quick lube, and from the exit at the bay doors was just a giant line of black oil on all the way to a parking spot, and they had the hood open and some guy standing around I
don't know what happens. Yeah, it happens a lot where people, they forget to put they go under there and drain it.
Yeah.
And then they leave, and then somebody else is like, did you put oil in here yet?
Yeah.
No, and they pour oil in it and it just comes right out the bottom.
Take 5 is interesting the way they do it. They talk the whole time.
To each other?
Mm-hmm. I'm doing this, check. And they have a checklist they go down, and they're very verbal the whole time about
probably
doing this, done it, check.
That.
It's to prevent all that kind of stuff, yeah.
That's smart. Should move, communicate.
It's kind of the same.
Yeah, it's more or less. Oil plug, fill cap, oil.
Plug, fuel cap, and oil?
Yeah. When I just changed Andy's oil, I think it was a Sunday, maybe 2 weeks ago, the drain plug broke. So I had to drive to Mount Pleasant.
Oh no.
I had to drive all the way over there to get a drain plug and come back.
That would make me angry.
Yeah. The whole way there I was just because they're $3, they're plastic. You ever seen a plastic drain plug? Stupid.
It's a long way to drive to spend $3.
I know. It just made me angry.
Sorry you had to do that.
Me too, man.
Could have just used some Bondo.
I thought about just putting it on there and duct taping it and just being like,
see how it goes.
But the thing is if it was my car, I would notice that something was wrong.
Was this her red car or the car?
Yeah, the red car. Yeah, the red car. Car inside doesn't run.
I thought you guys were spending all weekend on it the other day.
So did I.
Still waiting for the harness?
So so we're doing something different. We had standalone, and I'm just tired of dicking with it, honestly. Because the sensors are just all over the place.
Yeah.
And so she's, I told her to handle it. I was like, get us a Mark III harness, a 24 valve harness, and we'll, figure it out.
Figure it out.
But I think she's actually paying somebody to make the harness and everything. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I told her to figure it out. I don't have time.
Figure it out.
Yeah. Welcome to Whiskey and Whitetails and Car Talk.
Yeah. We did that. And you know what? If you don't like it, we don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. We could sell this. No, we'll probably keep it.
We should keep the grunt tube.
Yeah, we'll keep it.
It's the first run.
Yeah.
It's got to go in a case one day.
Mm-hmm.
Display case.
Along with that curl block.
Mm-hmm. Faux show.
What else? Another thing I think about too is on the podcast, we start out kind of slow. Almost always.
Yeah.
And then halfway through it picks up. But I wonder if people watch the first.
And then stop.
Yeah. They're like,
Maybe we should have the topics down we want to talk about and then bullshit for a while and then roll into it. So we got some juice flowing.
Yeah, I think, or film the opener last.
No, we can do that too, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not that concerned about it. It was just a thought.
Valid thoughts, sir.
You're not drinking that at all, huh?
I am not. I'm doing everything I can to keep it together right now.
I'll stretch this baby out then.
Until I pass the fuck out.
Have you had Sudafed yet?
I have not.
Don't.
I won't.
C, D, E, magnesium. Yep.
Yeah.
Should be good.
Cool.
We should try and get a liquid death, or no. The liquid IV.
Liquid IV. I have some of that at home.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe try some.
I killed one before we got here.
Did you?
Sure did.
Dude, this is so nice not having to get up and stop.
Isn't it? Didn't think about it at all. Hopefully it's still recording.
Yeah,
It's
may
not
not be.
on.
We could just be here talking to ourselves. Did you hit record? Okay,
I
good.
sure did, yeah, so
All
that's
just making
recording.
sure you did. Yeah, because I turned all the on-screen stuff off because it was showing, like when I went and hit play, it was showing like the record and the date and all that stuff.
yeah.
I mean, it's a camcorder, so
Sure.
it's,
Shows those things.
yeah. So I turned it all off.
So, it would show it when you played it back?
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
Isn't that stupid?
Yeah. You would think it would come off automatically.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It's, I mean, it looked like, like regular, when you watch like America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah.
That's what it had, like the little brackets in the corner
Play
and
and
stuff.
the time and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I turned it all off, so we can't see. I have no idea. Sure, it's fine.
It'll be
If
fine.
not, this entire episode was black screen.
Sorry for you if you had to watch that way.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's not, though.
I think we're fine.
Should be good.
Yeah, this was the first episode of the new camera, and you can go to whiskeyandwhitetails.com and you can buy stuff that we have in stock. Most of it's not, and then you can use podcast save 20%, and you can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us. You can. We have a Facebook page where you can get in there and chit chat.
Page, Facebook group also, which is a little bit more interactive. The page is more like the business thing. And then, we're on Twitter and Go Wild, the Go Wild app.
Yes. Are you doing stuff on there?
Admittedly, I think we've both been a little slow on social media recently with how busy we've been, but be picking that up here soon. But that's a fun app. I enjoy that community a lot.
You do use it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
I just wondered.
Yep, I enjoy it. They have some cool plugins that allow you to, like, it searches the podcast feeds, so I can post our latest podcast and it pulls it automatically with the date and the name and the title and everything. We just kind of include it as like an attachment to the post. It's pretty cool.
That was one thing I wanted to bring up was the Whitetails, the Whiskey and Whitetails Lodge.
The Whitetails and Whiskey Lodge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just Googled Whiskey and Whitetails. I honestly did it because I was trying to figure out how long it would take me to get from wherever I was to here. And so I just Googled Whiskey and Whitetails and hit maps or whatever. It was just the easiest way to do it because I couldn't remember the address. But after that, I was like, I'm just like scrolling. And then I found like the Airbnb.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, sweet, we have our own Airbnb. We should go. It's in Georgia.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's not far.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It's in like its own private little community thing.
Awesome.
Oh, that's what I want to talk about before we leave. The private community lady.
Oh, yeah. That was fun. Whatever happened with that?
Nothing.
Okay.
I guess it got delivered.
I think she got it. Same with what happened to like 2 or 3 other people with UPS that got super upset. And it's happened with us at the house.
Yeah.
UPS says it's delivered, it's not there, and then it shows up a day later.
Yep. We had somebody, I foolishly called her from my personal cell phone number.
Bummer.
I was excited because I intended on letting her, she was yelling, she was very angry at us because UPS had said that the package was delivered and it wasn't on her porch.
It's not our fault.
And she was like, so what are y'all going to do about this? And I was ready to get home. I was like leaving work, going home, and I was waiting on the wife to get home. I was going to have her record the conversation, and we were going to play it for you. But it didn't go that way. It was she was very nice.
That's good.
But very needy. She called me like right after I hung up, and I didn't answer, and then she texted me, and that's why I was like, all right, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, she was. She sent an email to our info at, and then she sent an email from our contact page, and then she called and left a voicemail, and it was just nonstop. And then eventually she was like, I'm not mad at you. This has just happened a bunch to me, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, maybe, I don't know, take a breath before you reach out and attack just some dudes that are trying to make it happen.
Well, because as we said on the last episode, don't come at me sideways.
Yeah.
And I actually got reached out about that. I can't remember who it was. Oh no, Larry had said it on the YouTube he commented on the YouTube. It was like he was like, I like that y'all don't take no shit from bad customers or something like that. I'm like, it's not really, just mess around and find out.
Well, the whole idea of the customer's always right, has its
Did
place
you and
in
I
time,
have this
but
conversation?
No, it was had on Patreon.
Oh, that's where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had this conversation on the Patreon. The customer is not always right. You, the customer, you're not always right. There used to be a time, but not anymore.
It's just not that straightforward anymore.
Well, they abused it. The customer
100%.
was always right, and then the customers abused it. And now it's like you're very rarely right.
Shame. Tisk tisk.
Yeah. But other than that, we've had way less issues this year than we did last year.
So
Everybody's been
much
nice.
more. Yeah. So much more. So much more less. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's been good. This year was very good. But we really want to thank everybody for supporting us during the holiday season and all the stuff that we're able to now do in the coming year, and the things that we have bought to better the show, like camera. I mean, like, it's all this stuff wouldn't be happening if people weren't supporting us, and we appreciate it. But you can use code podcast, save 20%. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube's. You can join the Patreon to get a little inside scoop.
And the Go Wild app.
And you get to talk to us all day long.
That's true. Yeah, we just chat and
we're in the
all
Discord talking to people. So we talk about hunting, talk about whiskey, talk about cigars, talk about all kinds of stuff.
Whatever comes up.
Yeah, we're there. But yeah, Gus, I need you to go home, and I need you to take care of yourself and get some rest.
Sure, I will.
Because if you have COVID, it's your first time. And luckily it's not fentanyl.
I know, right? I'll stay away from fentanyl.
Yeah, fentanyl, by the numbers, fentanyl is definitely more dangerous.
All right, can I hit the button?
Yeah, you can hit the button. Can you see it? Yeah, you can still see it.
Cool.
Sweet.
Merry Christmas, folks.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a happy holiday. Love you. Bye.